Good morning, everyone. We're going to do this beautiful color. You know, this is something that you would just walk by every day, but there's such a dark richness, beauty in that bush that it looks wonderful against the blue water. So, all right, a little bit of cobalt blue in the sky. Notice I left that white for the background island there. And the ocean is a phthalo blue with a touch of cad red. And we'll just paint that right in and let it come down and show some action in there. All right, I'm mixing up a violet. This is a cobalt blue with a touch of rose and a little tiny bit of raw sienna to gray it down a little bit. It's off in the distance. You want that to be back, but it's not that far back, so we can pull it forward with a little bit of rich color. But this is just the violet. I know that horizon looks crooked on the video, but it's because the board is slanted and it's giving it that slanted look. But I assure you, it's straight. All right, so there's a violet showing you the trees and the bushes up back. And this is just raw sienna along the shoreline. So it's a little bit of sort of a beach shoreline, and then I'm going to bring it up to meet that violet here and there. Let it just change. Just let it mix in. Study the photo and you'll see. All right, I'm adding a little cobalt blue because it looked a little too rich back there with the violet. So I'm adding a little more cobalt blue to that back. And when that dries, that'll just sit back and look good. All right. Okay, so I'm going to get in and paint these rocks up front now. This is, they're very red, these rocks, so I'm using a little bit of raw sienna and I'm mixing it into I wasn't going to say transparent red oxide, but that's an oil color. I'm mixing it into the Quinacridone sienna. So it's very rich, but there's a lot of raw sienna in that. All right, I'm going back and painting the shadows on the rocks. Little calligraphy here and there. Just showing you the cracks and crevices of the rocks and all around. And then there's a whole strip of rocks in front. You can see this is transparent. This is Quinacridone sienna. Very rich in color. I put a drop of cad red in it. I want to really emphasize the warmth and red of these rocks. It's a nice strip of rocks there, and it leads you right into the painting, which is good. The bottom of the rocks is in the snow, so you want that edge to be smooth. And I'm going in with a towel and just patting it a little bit to create some texture. Just kind of beat it up, you know. Just rocks are wonderful. They just have all this wonderful texture to them and facets, you know. So I'm just lifting off a little bit here and there, like I say, to create that texture. Right now I'm going back in and just creating the shadow on the rocks. A little shadow under the snow. The snow is coming over that rock, so getting a little shadow. Remember, you always have the option of using your credit card to create some more texture. All right, this is ultramarine blue mixed with the Quinacridone gold. it'll give you a beautiful dark green. And this bush has a very dark green, and this is Quinacridone Sienna again. And I'm really pushing that. There's a lot of warmth and red in this bush, and I'm going to emphasize it even more. I've closed in a little bit so you can't see the background island there, but I wanted you to see this bush is the whole painting, so you'll really want to look at it. So use the side of your brush to create that, you know, the look of the bush reaching out. It's fairly dry here, a lot of paint on my brush, and then you wipe it off. You can see I'm using some cad red there to even warm that up even more. Okay, really make it nice and warm. Just covering it up. Leave a few holes in there where the snow is breaking through. Now I'm going back to the ultramarine with the Quinacridone gold. You can't. It looks black in the photo here in the video, but it's a deep, beautiful green. So you really want to push that and develop that and mix it into the red here and there, and you know, you'll get a sort of a medium color. It's wonderful, you know, but you really want to push that warmth. Just keep working it with the side of your brush. All right, there's some more sections of this bush that stretches out into the snow. All the white paper that I left is snow there, and we'll develop that in a very short time. All right, just working these bushes and the branches that are coming off that bush. Just working the detail, but a lot of this will be covered with there's a lot of shadow. Right, just going back up and just developing the top edges of this. You can also use a palette knife if you want to scrape out some of those branches going up. And there's all kinds of, you can use any tools. There's so much. You can use a fan brush, or you can use your credit card to develop that. Anything, but what's important is the end result. Okay. Use your imagination. There's some more rocks that are peeking out of the snow here that I didn't put in earlier, so I'm going to go back and put those in. Same thing, just the Quinacridone Sienna, and there's some more bushes, grass sticking out here. I'm going to add the shadow here. Just make a shadow color that you feel is right. I'm using ultramarine blue with a touch of rose, and picking up some of that color of the bush, which is graying it down. There's some shadow along the rocks. Study the photo out and look at it. Add what you want. See, I'm putting some kind of like footsteps going in towards it to lead the viewer into it. Lead the viewer right into the bush, and and there's some more branches sticking out there. Some more bushes behind the rocks. Just mixing the color with the green and the Quinacridone Sienna. Trying to create a balance in the photo. See, I left that out. Okay, so I backed out so you could see the whole photo here. Just developing that a little more with some red on my brush, warming up those edges and just picking up the drip. Okay, so here we go, and here's the actual finished painting. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you again very soon. Thanks for watching.